How's it going, guys? It's Diego from SGN, back once again with another Mortal Kombat video, and this one's going to be all about my predictions for the amount of stages that are going to be in Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm going to be looking at my computer for some numbers, so don't be offended if I'm not looking at the camera. Starting off with Mortal Kombat 9, which had a whopping 27 arenas. Now, take into consideration that a few of those were variations of one single one. For example, Rooftops had 3 different variations. It was like morning, afternoon, and night. So there were a few, like, sort of, I'm not going to say cheap ones, but because they were different in some ways. Like, there was dragons in certain situations in one, and there were some differences. So they are technically different arenas, even though they are pretty much the same one. Injustice Gods Among Us, which was the next game that Netherrealm developed, had only 15, which is a huge drop-off. Mortal Kombat X also had only 15, which is awful, and Injustice 2, unfortunately, went even farther down in terms of just reducing the amount down to 12. And if you look at how many that is, that's just really, really garbage. Like, there's such a lack of variety in a game with only 12 stages that is actually really sickening. And if you put them all together, that's an average of 17.25 arenas per game, and that is just really, really sad. That's really, really sad, and it's unacceptable considering how many there were in MK9. And I get it, with the new gen, the arenas all have a lot more definition. There's a lot more detail in them, so much going on in the background, but it doesn't change the fact that there has to be a lot more variety. Like MK9, yes, there were some that were obviously not as high definition as the new games, but if you look at what was going on in the background, there was plenty to look at, and there was so much good quality content there. And obviously it was spanning 3 different games, but that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse to have so much more there compared to the later games. And in my opinion, it's unacceptable to only have 17. What am I expecting, though? I'm unfortunately expecting 20. I'm not expecting them to go a lot more, I'm not expecting a lot more content than MKX. Although I would like to see 23 plus, but I will accept 20 just because, that's what I'm expecting. And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to put more detail into each of their arenas. And even if I don't really like it, it is what it is. And I have to accept it because if you look at the backgrounds, a lot of them are really, really cool. Unfortunately, as cool as some of them are, like the Cove, they lack colors. Like MKX, and that's a big thing that they need to bring into MK11. The MKX really lacked colors. Like, there was just nothing beautiful about the maps. There was some interesting stuff in the background, like the Cove had that awesome rock formation in the background. There was, like, the waves were looking really, really cool, and there was some cool stuff there. But if I have to choose between less stuff happening in the background, but better colors, more detail in those colors, and something that's better to look at and more fun to look at and something that's more memorable, I will always go with the more memorable stages, which is why, in my mind, when I think of arenas and I think of MK arenas, pretty much none of the MKX ones come to mind. Like, I think of awesome ones. I think of the Pit from Mortal Kombat 9. I think of, the rooftops from Mortal Kombat 9 with the dragon flying around and all that stuff. The subway was really cool, even though it was a lot more simple than the rest of them. There was so much there. And another of the biggest problems with MKX is, even though there was so much detail in them, there weren't even any, really any stage fatalities. And yes, they had brutalities, they had a bunch of stuff like that, but there weren't any stage fatalities. So I think that not only does there need to be more arenas in the next one, but there needs to be more interactable stuff in there. I'm not talking about stupid stuff like you bounce off the walls, which I guess it's cool because if you're backed into a corner, you have the opportunity to get out of there. But I think that if having more stuff interactable, like, going to different parts of the arena where you smash people through, like in Injustice, or you have random, like, interactables, like you pick up an item and you smash people in the head with it. If I have to choose between that stuff or having more arenas, I'm going to go with more arenas every single time. I'm not saying that every single stage has to have stage fatalities, but I want to see more of it, and I want to see more arenas. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, which arenas you want to see come back, and what amount of arenas do you want to see in the game. Are you happy with the 12 that we got in Injustice, or the 15 that we got in the last few games? Or do you want to see more? And if you do, how much do you want to see? How much is your bare minimum that you'll be satisfied with? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way, every time a video comes out, you can immediately be notified and basically within an instant be watching the video. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much also to everybody who's been subscribing, all the people that have been joining the channel and commenting and really helping us out to be growing, and obviously in our very small way. It's a very, very big thing for us here at SGN, so for our community. So thank you so much. Hope you join, and I will see you in the next video.